Modern day Sonic games are known to be a test of will and fortitude. From game-breaking glitches, to poor story, to whatever this is. Modern day Sonic games can crush the spirit of anyone who tries to play them. Now call me twisted, you wouldn't be the first one, but I do admit I get some sort of kick from playing modern day Sonic games. I don't care how broken they are, there's just something about our spiky blue friend that I can't give up on. I guess I just have hope that one day they'll be able to put it all together and bring us a game unlike anything we've ever seen in the Sonic world before. All that is to say, here are my top 10 modern 3D Sonic games. Number 10, Sonic Lost World.
Eggman's shell is gone.
That was a mistake.
Whatever. When is it a mistake to take your toys away?
When it's the only thing keeping 6 angry Zeti from controlling my Max, you moronic hedgehog.
Seriously? Sonic Lost World is a top 10 3D Sonic game. Am I reading this right? Oh wait, I wrote it. Yes, internet. Sonic Lost World, despite it being slow, lacking any semblance of a coherent story, and really any fun or charm to it, is on this list. And you want to know why it's on this list? Because when I started doing my research on 3D Sonic games, I realized there was only 13 to pick from. So, Lost World gets this spot by default. Frankly, the biggest flaw I find in this game is that you spend the whole game feeling like you're stuck in jelly. This is a Sonic game. Sonic, the blue blur. But he is the furthest thing from a blur in this game. But hell, it's still better than Sonic and the Lost Rings, so I guess here we are. Number 9, Shadow the Hedgehog. Anyone else find themselves racing through Green Hill Zone, just having a good old time, going fast, and suddenly you find yourself thinking, you know what Sonic is really missing? Guns! That's right, baby! Break out the lead, it's time to fight back against the military and murder some aliens in broad daylight. This has to be one of the weirdest transformations I've ever seen in an iconic mascot. Imagine if Mario just pulled out a Glock and started capping Goombas in the face. Wait, that mod exists? Well, damn. Anyways, you know, I think this was the time that Sonic Team really started hitting the heavy drugs. Cause otherwise, I have no way in hell on how to explain this monstrosity. Sure, the backstory of an edgy, cool guy like Shadow was fun, and the multiple endings were plentiful, but overall, this game really didn't make a lot of sense, and I have no idea how it even got approved. Number 8, Sonic Heroes. People seem to like this game, like a lot, and I honest to God can't figure out why. For me, this game was a massive letdown, and the only reason it's as high on this list as it is because I'm relatively objective with this list, and it's still better than the last 2 games. First of all, in terms of timeline, it bugs me that Shadow is supposed to be dead here. We don't know that he's somehow way to living through Shadow the Hedgehog yet. Second, I just find the team gameplay sort of, how do I put this? Bad. Like, I saw potential for the 3-team level mechanics and the different styles, but frankly, they don't do anything with it. And really, all the teams and levels mirror each other far more than I care for. But I guess other than that, it's an alright game. The story really isn't on par with the adventure games though, and the biggest sin they could have possibly committed, they removed the Chow Garden. That alone is enough to knock down the game on my list. Number 7, Sonic Forces. I don't know why I had such high hopes for Sonic Forces, but when they announced it, I really did. It was a dark and edgy world bringing back all sorts of characters from the past in a climactic war for the ages. Now, that's not exactly what we got in the end, but it had potential. The 2D Sonic levels were alright, though that's a bit counterproductive to the whole 3D Sonic list thing I got going on. But the main Sonic stages are what I feel like inspired Sonic Frontiers' quick and fast-paced level design. I'd consider that a small win for this game, and frankly, had it been a little more polished of a game, it could have been higher on my list. That said, they did bring back the whole guns thing from Shadow the Hedgehog, and I don't know if that was a good idea. Actually, it wasn't. In the end, I still feel like this game had hope, and I don't totally dislike it. I guess everyone has that one Sonic game they secretly like that everyone else knows is bad. Number 6. Sonic Frontiers.
Me? You're the one who's only half here.
I feel fine, but that energy that was holding me prisoner went into you.
I never really knew what I wanted out of an open world Sonic game, and after playing Frontiers, I'm still not really sure. I like going fast, and boy does this game let you go fast. I also really like the speedrun levels in this game. To be honest, if they just gave me that, and maybe a coherent story, I'd probably like this game better, which isn't necessarily a good sign. The exploring of Sonic Frontiers has a lot to offer, and yet at the same time, it just feels sort of tedious to me. You run from point A to point B and you do it really fast, but you just collect little power-up icons and destroy random robots. All of it is just sort of strange. However, with that said, the music in this game is goddamn powerful, and when Undefeatable started playing for the first boss fight, that might be the closest hype moment I've ever felt for a Sonic game since Live and Learn in the Final Hazard. That's worth this spot on my list on its own. Number 5. Sonic Unleashed. I don't know how many times I played that opening level demo for Sonic Unleashed on the 360, but damn was it a lot. And it hyped me up for this game so much. But then the werewolf stages, the werehog stages showed up. Now, I don't hate the werehog part of the game nearly as much as everybody else did. But that said, I didn't exactly like them either. The daytime levels of Sonic, though a little clunky at times, were exactly what I always wanted from a Sonic game. And it's quite simple. Sonic go fast. This was really the direction I wanted Sonic Team to go, and also how I think we got Sonic Colors, before Sonic Lost World showed up. Don't ask how they made that happen. Regardless, I think Sonic Unleashed being right in the middle of this list is fitting. Half of it was really fun, and the other half, well, it was something. Number 4. Sonic Generations.
Where am I?
Is it cheating to have this game on the list? Probably. I mean, it's basically just a knockoff of old levels from better Sonic games, and Sonic 06 for some reason. Not to mention, half the games take Sonic back to its 2D side-scrolling days. That said, there is a lot of charm in Sonic working with his now basically canon classic Sonic self. Getting to see some of the 2D levels transformed into 3D was also extremely cool. And although Sonic Team could have just done a one-for-one remake of the original levels, they didn't. They went further beyond and enhanced all of the levels, making them feel new and fresh. City Escape barely even looks like City Escape anymore. This game is a great tribute to the past of Sonic, and showcases what made Sonic an icon for years. Before things started to fall apart, at least. Number 3. Sonic Adventure.
It's got a few bugs to iron out.
Why not just use my plane, the Tornado?
Thanks, but you gotta check out my newest power supply. Ta-da!
This was the game that took everything up a notch to me. 3D levels, multiple characters, an interesting story and multiple playstyles. Yes, this is the game that gave us Big the Cat's fish hunt for Froggy. But if you ignore that and look at the rest of the game, it's great, and sets the stage for everything Sonic Adventure 2 would become. In fact, this game does some things even better than Sonic Adventure 2 did. It has a real overworld, which I think is way cooler, and more variety in the game's character missions, plus Tails isn't stuck in a mech for the entire game. Overall, I think this game, being the leap from 2D to 3D, did a tremendous job. And even if you go back and look at it now, and realize, yeah, it's got some bugs and awkward facial expressions and some odd sound clips, it's still a top-notch game regardless. Number 2. Sonic Colors.
He loves to hear his own lips flap, but I gotta hand it to the Eggster. This place is epic. Everyone and their brother is gonna want to come here.
This is the game that brought back some hope to the Sonic franchise. At least as much hope as one could reasonably expect. It's a shame the remake came out as such a glitchy mess. But I guess that's sort of on brand for Sonic. Regardless, Sonic Colors took the things that people liked about Sonic Unleashed, aka the daytime levels, and essentially turned it into a full game. It plays well, it has variety in its level designs, the Wisps are a neat addition that fit into the gameplay quite well, and I think it's around this time that we start to get snarky Sonic showing up a lot.
Excuse me, giant killer robot? You want to do this the hard way or the easy way?
In the end, there's just a lot of charm and polish to this game that the later Sonic games just haven't been getting. If you've never played Sonic Colors because of past Sonic iterations, then you should definitely give this one a chance. Number 1. Sonic Adventure 2.
Talk about low-budget flights, no food or movies. I'm out of here. I like running better.
And the number 1 3D Sonic game, you all know it. Now say it with me. Sonic Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Adventure 2 is the correct answer. You didn't seriously think Sonic 06 was number 1. I mean, I'm sadistic, but come on. Now, I'll fully admit, there is some fanboy goggles on here. When I went back to play it, I realized it's in some ways just as glitchy and messy as every other Sonic game after it. But I don't care, because there hasn't been a moment in Sonic history that is as epic as Super Sonic and Hyper Shadow vs. the Final Hazard. Sure, the fight itself is a joke, but the moment, the moment is what it's all about. But when you put that aside, there is still lots to love about this game. You've got the Sonic and Shadow levels where it's all about going fast, not so fast that you can't control where you're going, but fast enough to feel like a proper modern day Sonic game. Then you have Rouge and Knuckles treasure hunt levels, and of course, Tails and Eggman's shoot 'em up levels. Okay. I promise they're not as weird as they are in Shadow the Hedgehog. I swear. And of course, don't forget about the greatest thing in Sonic history, the Chow Garden. I mean, look at these adorable little guys. You get to love them and feed them and make them grow up big and strong. Also, you can pit them against each other in a mano-a-mano bare-knuckle boxing match. What more could you possibly ask for? In the end, this game is peak Sonic for me, and I, nostalgia or not, continue to wait for the day that we finally get Sonic Adventure 3 out of it. Well, that's the list that I've got for you guys today. What's your favorite Sonic game? And for that matter, something more interesting, what's the Sonic game you like that you know everyone else hates? I know you have one, everybody does. Remember to like, comment, subscribe for more top 10 since I'm bored and I got a little bit of time on my hands. So we'll probably do this more. Anyways, see you later, guys.